So you want to main Kindred. Well, do you like lambs? Do you like wolves? Do you like death? Do you like kiting? And do you like accidentally saving the enemy team? Then Kindred, the Eternal Hunters, is for you. Help!
I'm not gonna make it there in time.
Dumbass! Fuck! Dumbass, though. Well, they always leave the circle. They always leave the circle. Why? Answer these questions of mine. So Kindred is basically the complete and utter manifestation of death. Their whole deal is that when you're about to die, they show up and make things really spooky. Then you either accept death, and the more forgiving lamb just kills you with an arrow, or you don't accept death, and the big bad wolf just straight up chases you down and murders the fuck out of you. That's basically Kindred in a nutshell. In-game, Kindred is the strangest mixed bag of champion skills I've seen in a long time. Like, for one, the most obvious is that she's a ranged jungler. Not a tanky ranged jungler either. She's a squishy ranged jungler who is all about kiting the camps. It's so strange because her skill set is obviously used for kiting jungle camps, and then you've got that weird passive and there's just so much strange shit going down. But let me address the obvious elephant in the room. Why did you put an ass on a lamb? Right? You put a really good booty on a lamb. This is some bestiality shit. Now you may be asking me, Bricky, but what about Elise and Zyra? Those are tits and ass on spires and plants. I would agree with you. However, Elise and Zyra are like human versions because in their lore they took over like a human body or some shit. This is a lamb with the lamb legs and hooves and the weird fur and the face and a really nice ass. Like, am I now like a furry or something? Or is it okay because they speak English? Or just, I don't fucking, let's just get to the skills. So Kindred's passive is Mark of the Kindred. So this is a two-part, but also kind of a one-part passive. Kindred has the option to mark any of the enemy champions. Once marked, the enemy will know they are marked after a short delay. If Kindred kills or gets an assist on this enemy champion, she will gain a stack of Mark of the Kindred. Each stack makes her basic attacks deal 1.25% current health damage. The other part is Wolf will periodically mark enemy jungle camps as well, and killing them will grant the same increases. However, after 6 stacks, Wolf will stop marking camps, but Kindred's passive can continually stack. This passive has a ton of uses, and all of them are mind games. Mark a jungle camp and sneaky bush while an enemy tries to stop you. Mark an enemy champion you don't plan to kill and watch them start going backwards in lane fearing a gank. There are just so many things you can do with this, and no matter what, you are going to get stacks so long as you aren't stupid. Kindred's Q is Dance of Arrows. You do a little hop and throw out 3 arrows to nearby enemies and prioritize at least one of them to the enemy you are currently attacking, if they are in range. It is nice poke, and of course great jungle clear since most camps have roughly about 3 enemies in them, but besides that there isn't a whole lot to this skill. Kindred's W is Wolf's Frenzy, and this skill is a ton of fun. So passively, as Kindred walks around, okay. I'm gonna say she a lot because you kind of play as lamb, but it's a they, even though I say she, but just bear with me. As Kindred walks around, they gain a stack of something called Hunter's Vigor. Once at 100 stacks, her next auto heals her for a flat amount scaling with level. When activated, Wolf creates a form of territory around Kindred. For the next 8 seconds, Wolf will attack whatever enemy you are attacking in that area as well. Unless you don't designate a target, then it'll attack whatever. Wolf's attacks scale with 50% of your attack speed and deal a flat amount of AD plus a percentage of your AD and 40% of your current passive stacks. Also, while you are in the area of your Q, Dance of Arrows has a cooldown lower to 2 seconds, and fuck, that is a lot of information, holy god. Basically, you throw down this little territory, and Wolf is an unkillable nuisance that will force your enemies to leave the circle while you kite them with your now low cooldown Q. So Kindred's E is Crippling Dread. You throw in a little debuff on an enemy, slowing them for 70% for a second. Then it becomes one of those 40 million different kinds of 3 auto attack things Riot just loves to do. Once you complete the 3rd auto attack, Wolf does the final damage, dealing increased damage based on maximum health. This is a fantastic gank move, and the slow is point and click, which makes it very easy to drop somebody while they try and run away. And finally, that crazy shit of an ultimate Kindred has is called Lamb's Respite. You place down this like consecrated ground that once you travel inside cannot drop below 10% health and cannot be healed either. Once it ends, everything that is living, and I mean minions, allies, enemies, and fucking Baron, are healed for a flat amount of health. There's just so much what the fuck with this ultimate. On one hand, it is a lifesaver and a game changer for your team. On the other hand, it's the same way, but for the enemy team, because you fucked up and put it too close to the enemy team and now you're saving everybody anyway. I can see pros using this skill and making it super powerful, but we'll have to wait on that day that Kindred goes in LCS. So skill max, I go Q, W, E. Q damage scaling is nice. W is also nice, but when you're in W, you'll be using Q every 2 seconds, so the damage for the upgraded Q is more important. And finally, E last, since the slow utility is the main selling point. But how do I play Kindred? I am so sorry. I am so sorry, but I'm about to teach you how to be a total douchebag. Now hear me out. Play her off tank top lane. Let me explain myself. And do remember, this is before any changes to the champion have been made since release. Now, Kindred's ability scaling isn't very good, right? Her Q does not apply on hit effects, so it's just a flat damage spell. Her W damage mainly scales off your passive, and the AD scaling isn't too amazing, and her E max health damage stays at 5% and doesn't change with AD, and her ultimate has no scaling whatsoever. The main thing you need to work on is your passive. Normally I do the builds later on in the video, but I need to prove this shit. You either go Berserker's Greaves or Tank Shoes, depending, and then you buy Blade of the Ruined King, Runnin's Hurricane, Frozen Mallet, and then 2 more tank items, whether it be Renowin's Omen, Warmog, Spirit Visage, Guardian's Angel, so on. So if you take her top lane, for one, you are a ranged top laner, which is mean enough as it is. But then you have the zone control, because you can keep auto-attacking the enemy laner, and you have the best counter gauge for your position. Let's say you're fighting Maokai, and he tries to all-in you. Once he pops W on you, you then W and then E him. Then he's stuck at the center of this wolf pit, and Wolf is just biting his ass cheeks while you slow him for 70% while you dance around him with auto-attacks and arrows. And then if you kill him, there is no doubt you already have your mark on him since you went to lane, and you come back to lane with not only more gold, but also a percentage of current health shred. Oh, but that's not all, kids. Your W passive heal is immense in lane. You can just zone out wave or freeze the lane and la-di-da-di-da, walk around and charge the entire thing up super quick. And boom, a bunch of your health is returned and you can just keep doing this. But let's not stop there. When Wolf decides to mark enemy jungle camps, the first mark is usually a Scuttle Crab, and you have a 50-50 chance of it being top lane. Then you can easily take that with jungler help if you need. Anytime something is marked in the enemy side jungle, it's super easy to just leave lane and yoink it, because not too often is the jungler there yet since all his attention is focused on bot lane in this meta. But wait, that's not all. Once the Blade of the Ruined King and the Hurricane are finished, you start going tank, and you have all this utility for team fights. Imagine you're at about 6.25% passive current health damage, plus 8% from Blade of the Ruined King makes 14.25% current health damage. That transfers to other targets because of the Runnin's Hurricane. Then Wolf acts as a zone control because he also does current health damage based on your passive. And then you have your E-Slow and a game-changing teamfight ultimate. But wait, there's more! Once a Frozen Mallet and tank items are complete, your damage will never cease, since you keep on stacking up more current health damage, and your Frozen Mallet offers you even more bullshit kite. It's fucking stupid! It took me a lot to practice this shit, but trust me, it can ruin the lives of so many people if you do it right. On the other hand, if you want to play Kindred Jungler, then go look up some shit on MobiFire, I ain't about that. People who don't like death. So for Kindred counters, I feel like it's a little bit tough because you would imagine bursty champions. The bursty champions get outclassed because of her ultimate. Then I think, okay, tanks. Well, tanks get outclassed because of her just ludicrous amount of current health damage. So then I realized that the champions that counter Kindred are displacement champions. People that can be like, no, you're gonna get out of that circle right now, and when I say so. So people like Blitzcrank and Lee Sin are the ones that really can mess up a Kindred player. People who like death. The people who work good with Kindred are the ones that can keep her alive. Nidalee is great for the increased amount of attack speed when it comes to her heal, but if you want to have a really fun time, take all the champions that don't die and give her the ultimate as well. Zac, Anivia, Tryndamere, etc. Those are a fun time. Or if you want to be even a bigger dick, get a Zillion. The only skin for Kindred we have is some kind of fire Kindred, but even better butt emphasis. This is just some furry shit right here. Kindred builds. I already told you how to build my weird Kindred shit, but just so you know, I run full AD tank runes as well as 921 0 masteries with Ignite and Flash to establish lane dominance. But if you instead want to fuck some shit up, you have full AD mid Kindred, Berserker Greaves, Blade of the Ruined King, Phantom Dancer, Runnin's Hurricane, Infinity Edge, and then some situational AD item with full AD runes, 2190 masteries, and Flash with Ignite.
She's juking you out, dude.
Oh, she's done that a million times already.
Oh. I don't think it matters for her.
No, it doesn't, because she just gets dicked on.
Oh yeah, I never really considered that. Like, you gotta make it fun by letting him not... Like, you can't fucking crush them like a rank game, right?
That's always what I've done. You realize I'm not actually terrible.
Well, yeah.
In fact, I just do it so that the game will be longer.
Well, that and you try to do big dick plays to get big dick recordings, right?
Big dick
No.
plays to get big dick recording. Alright guys, you guys ready for the snipe? Right when I spawn, I think it's on my ult.
Meanwhile, I'm on my way, so.
Well, I don't know what's happening, so wait until my give me like 30 seconds.
Yes! Done diddly dunks! Fantastic. Good job, Michael. I'm proud of you. I'm gonna give you a congratulatory on my way. You have been marked for death.
She.
Will
I
not
was,
die.
I was gonna say that she was gonna win, but never mind.
She was getting there? Oh, I want this. Boop. Got him!
I forced the flash, no assist, motherfucker!
And bot lane AD carry Kindred. Build the shit in AD carry builds. I shouldn't have to explain this. If you mess up, this cannon.
Why
minion,
are you putting so much pressure on me?
Because you're Thresh support. You make plays or you lose.
Alright.
Here it goes.
What the
You better.
fuck?
Nice. You done. You did it. That was amazing. You're the greatest human being I've ever seen in my entire life. I love you!
Oh, they're not even.
They're not even bonded. And he's gonna kill the cow because of it!
Are you gonna get it?
Yes! I got it! Oh shit, I'm in a lot of pain though! I'm gonna get rended. Ah! Stop him! Whip him! Her! Whip it! Whip it good! Yes!
Woo! I was out of mana too. I was like, fuck, how am I gonna kill her?
So proud of you, Choi.
Alright, we good.
I'm so proud of you now. You have redeemed yourself. Get him, Choi. Get him, Choi. Get him, Choi. You can do it this time. Don't miss your. Get him, Choi. You can get.
Baron's up right now. Baron's up right now.
Ooh, kill him, Terrio.
Ooh.
I killed him, Terrio. Wow.
I'm just happy I do some damage. And they don't realize I do damage yet, because I haven't actually gotten.
You haven't actually done any damage. You see, it's a clever ruse. It's a clever ruse. You see, I specifically make sure I never do any damage, so that when I actually do damage, they'll underestimate.
Oh my!
And they're gone. For when you really want to make your team Q-Dodge. Well, everybody, now you know what it takes to be a really douchebag Kindred main. I trust you can go out and ruin the lives of your enemies one failed ultimate at a time. If this guide helped you get the Challenger, please like and subscribe and leave a comment on which champion you'd like to see next. If you want to have more of a say in which champion is next, go ahead and follow me on Twitter, as that's where I do all the voting for the next champion. Until next time, this has been Bricky Orchid 8 asking that you don't fuck up my solo queue. Bye-bye.